guys, I'm Renee with Renee's Creative Casa. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that you are here. In today's video, I'm going to be making a garland for my front door, this door right here. And I want to go ahead and apologize in advance for the lighting on this. I do have a giant tree in my front yard, and when the sun comes through there, it kind of puts off these crazy shadows and crazy different looking lights that come through there. So I want to go ahead and apologize for that. If that's not going to bother you, then let's get to crafting. Okay, so the base of this actual garland is going to be this 15-foot garland that I got at Dollar Tree during the Christmas holidays, and I'm just going to start by folding that in half and finding the center point and then attaching that to the center of the door, and then I'm just going to run it over each side and down along the sides on each side of the door. Now I'm going to go in with this eucalyptus. I did pick this up at the Five Below store. I got two rolls of this, so I'm just going to start by unrolling it and starting in the center point with each one, and I'm going to do it very much similar to the way that I did the garland. I'm just going to staple it at the corners and then run it down the sides of the door. Now I have this egg garland. It is 8 feet long, so I'm going to do the same thing with both of them. I have two, and I'm just going to start in the middle and run it across to the corners and then down the sides. And that is going to build the actual base of my garland, and then I'm going to start adding in the extra embellishments that I'm going to put on this. Once I have my little egg garlands put up, I'm going to go ahead and add in this hat. This is the same hat that I used for my little hat wreath. I will link that video above in the cards for you guys, so you can go and check that out. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start hot gluing in some extra flowers that I have. I'm just cutting these very close to the actual buds of the flower, and then I'm just going to hot glue them in the garland. Okay guys, so this white flower that I'm putting in right now is actually labeled as Thistle, and I did use it in my farmhouse neutral garland that I recently did, so I will have that video linked above in the cards for you guys, so you can go back and check that out and you'll be able to see how I use this thistle in a different way. So this is like a little Easter sign. It did say happy. One spot said happy, and then another one said Easter, and then another one had a little Easter bunny on it. So I did just take that sign apart. It was just one of the Dollar Tree signs, and I'm just gonna put happy on one corner and Easter on the other corner, and then just put the little bunny, pop him down in there over on the right hand side of the garland. These little signs are great for that because they usually have 2 or 3 different parts to them, so you could just kind of take out what you want to use for that particular project and leave the rest, or separate it completely and use all the parts like I did on this specific one. But the little signs from Dollar Tree are great for things like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with these little bunny picks, and all I did with these was just clipped off the little wood part that's on the bottom of them, and then hot glued them directly to my garland. Okay, so these are just some extra little pieces that I had left over from some Dollar Tree signs, and some of the little styrofoam pieces that I used in my Easter tree. Now, since this sign had the little hole at it, I did make a little shoelace bow out of the purple ribbon and put over it so that you can't tell where the original hanger was on it, and then just hot glued it in. And now I'm just going to go in with some of the other little things I had, like a little chick, and then I did have the little styrofoam, the little foam shapes that's they're little chicks, and I think I had some yellow, some blue, and some pink. So I just hot glued those directly in as well. And now I have these 2 little carrots left over, and I just popped them in, one on either side of kind of near the bottom of the garland. So I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but this garland is more or less like a kind of like a junkyard of all the stuff that I had left over after all of my Easter crafting. I did have all of these little items left over that weren't enough really to create 1 or 2 bigger projects, so I decided just to add them all together and do this one big one. Now I'm just going to make a little bow for my hat, and I'm just going to do that by taking this little piece of ribbon that I have and just rolling it over on top of itself, just creating those loops. And then since I don't have enough of that to actually make the tails, I'm just going to take a different piece. This is the sheer pink ribbon that Dollar Tree put out for Easter, and I'm just going to kind of wrap that around there and tie it off. And I'm going to use that as my tails, and I'm going to dovetail them. And then once I get it all fluffed out, I'm just going to hot glue it right to the bottom center part of the hat. Okay guys, this is my completed garland around my front door. I think it adds a beautiful spring and Easter touch to it. I think it would not be very hard for me to change out this just by taking down that Happy Easter sign. So if I wanted to keep this spring, I could take off those signs and then add in a few more florals and maybe loose some of the eggs and stuff. But other than that, you could keep it up through spring, especially with the blue hat and the ribbon like it is. It's very pretty, and I think it just adds an unexpected touch to my front door, and I love it. There it has the wreath that's on the door right under it, so I think that wreath and this garland actually brings everything together for just a touch of color to the porch, because I really haven't done anything else to it. Once I have a little bit more time, I do want to go and clean my porch off really good and get my plants put back out so they can start catching the sun and blooming and stuff like that. But for right now, this is all I have, and I think it turned out really gorgeous. You guys let me know what you think about this garland in the comments down below. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, as well as watching me put together this beautiful garland. I do think it adds a special little touch to my front door, and I'm so glad that it is there. If you are new here, I hope that you will consider liking this video, as well as subscribing to my YouTube channel and hitting that little notification bell right down below. That way you get notified every single time I upload a new video, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I also have a Facebook group. It's Renee's Creative Casa. It's a public group, so everyone will be able to find it. If you just pop over to Facebook and request to join that group, someone will get you in as soon as possible. And that's just like a little community of people who like to share kind of some of the crafts that they are doing, as well as get notified when my YouTube videos are up, just little things like that. So if you love crafting, you love cooking, you love people, pop over there and request to join that group. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys soon.